Oh boy, I'll tell you guys, covering the iPhone 15 is so confusing, and after today's reports, I don't even know what Apple's doing with the lineup, but let's try to break it down as best as we can on today's episode. So the first story, the main story, the iPhone 15 lineup. Now, today's episode is going to focus on the Pro model, specifically the standard 15 Pro, but I do want to take this moment to talk about the other phones, as we do have some updates and things that we need to talk about, specifically with the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus. According to Ming-Chi Kuo, it seems that the iPhone 15 lineup is, of course, as we know, getting USB-C. We also know that it will be getting a redesign with the whole ProMotion and display, all that with the pill shape, whatever you want to call, dynamic island, all that. However, though, with the 15 and 15 Plus, it will not have the ProMotion and will be limited to 60 Hertz. Now, before everybody starts flipping out, before everybody starts getting mad, and just before you guys start getting upset, just remember one thing. These are the base iPhone 15 models. These are not the 15 Pro, Pro Max, or Ultra. So ProMotion should not be on a standard phone, but I do believe that having 60 Hertz is annoying at this point. But we see that Apple's never going to change that, so let's not even focus on that. But then also in regards, we do have some other news that apparently the dynamic island will also be limited in some capabilities in comparison to the Pro and Pro Max. I don't necessarily think that's going to be true because we don't see Apple taking shortcuts on a feature that's already available for most lineups. So I don't really see that being a factor. But now, focusing on the 15 Pro, Pro Max, and Ultra, this is where things are starting to get confusing. Ming-Chi Kuo goes on and says that the 15 Pro, the standard iPhone 15 Pro, is going to get a LiDAR scanner. It is going to retain the same LiDAR sensor that we have seen since the iPhone 12 Pro Max and 12 Pro. Now, the only thing that I have with this issue is that he then goes on to say that there is going to be a 15 Pro Max. Now, we've been hearing a lot of reports that Apple is getting rid of the 15 Pro Max in favor of the 15 Ultra, the, Ultra phone that Apple's been, quote, teasing with the leaks and everything. Well, not Apple teasing, but the one phone that we're hearing that is going to be the major redesign to the Pro line, which is going to be Ultra, inspired by the Apple Watch, that iPhone. So the reports are going all over the place. They're really starting to make little sense because we're hearing reports that it's only going to be the 15 lineup, the 15 Pro, and then the Ultra. But now we're hearing it's going to be the Pro, Pro Max, Ultra, and then the 15 and 15 Plus. And here is where I step in and ask this question. How many phones does Apple need? Have we not been looking at the numbers and seeing that sometimes these things do not work? Listen, I'm not saying they shouldn't have the 15 Pro Max in the lineup. The iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max are the two best-selling phones in Apple's lineups, period. However, though, if they're going to feature a newer model that's going to replace the Pro Max, what is the need of that phone? What is different about the Pro Max than the Ultra? What is so different that we need to have two phones? That is what doesn't add up to me. Because if you're going to feature the Pro Max, then you need to have a valid reason what's different about that phone that's not going to be on the Ultra. And don't hit me with the build quality, don't hit me with the USB-C Thunderbolt, because we do know that the Pro and the Ultra are going to get Thunderbolt 3 or 4. Again, I will leave all the links in the description. But my point is, there is no separation of saying that the 14 and 15 lineup are going to be any different. And specifically with the 15 Pro Max and the 15 Ultra, that makes no sense to me whatsoever. And I don't know where these reports are going, but they are starting to get so confusing. But hopefully once WWDC rolls around, we will have a lot of clarity, and by that point we will get more of an idea of where Apple is going in terms of the 15 lineup. But the one thing we can say for certain is the 15 and 15 Plus are getting that redesign with USB-C. So if you're on the cheaper end, then good news on that. And now a word from our sponsor. So as you guys know, the Technoid Show is powered by Rogue Energy. As you know, Rogue Energy is the #1 alternative energy source if you're looking for a quick picker-upper during the day, but most importantly, if you're looking for a great energy drink that doesn't break the bank, but also is delicious in every way. I have been drinking Rogue since we first been working together, and Rogue's products are amazing. From the flavors that they have, sour candy, ice pop, even orange mango, and the list goes on and on and on. And to this day, if anybody asks me what energy drink am I drinking, it's Rogue Energy. I want to take this moment to thank Rogue for being a part of the Technoid Show. I want to thank them for taking the ride with us. Head on over to rogueenergy.com, check out all the flavors and check out all the lineup of products they have. You can check it out in the description and use the promo code Technoid to save yourself 10% off. Remember guys, every time you use the code, you are not only helping the channel, you are also helping grow in our Powerness by Rogue Energy, but most importantly, you are also supporting yourself with a very healthy alternative energy drink. Now we got that out of the way, let's get back to the final episode and the final story. And last story, the final story of the night is, of course, the HomePod. Now, we've already gotten a refreshed HomePod. I'm not here to talk about that. What we are going to talk about is a HomePod that has been in development that has now seemingly gotten its confirmation by Ming-Chi Kuo. According to Kuo, he says that the new HomePod that was supposed to have been released a little while back, but then of course is still in development, it seems that yes, Apple is still actively working on this model, but that it will make its release next year with a full 7-inch display. Now, this is exactly the rumors we were hearing about Apple integrating tvOS with HomePod OS, bringing a more touchscreen variant model that you can interact with great audio quality, similar to what Amazon is doing with the Echo Show. So in comparison, it's going to be that version. But there have been other reports saying that it might be iPadOS or a skinned down version of iPadOS. Nobody knows exactly what this is, but Kuo does say that it will have a lot of interactions on the 7-inch screen. There is no reporting if it will have FaceTime capabilities or if it's going to have any of that quality. What we do know is that it will contain a merger of tvOS-like features and also will be merging in the home integration with security cameras, microphone, all of that nature. So to kind of really talk about this story and make it quick, this is basically the HomePod with a touchscreen. And you know what? I think it's well needed. I think Apple needs to continue building out this lineup, and this actually sounds like really good news. So I'm all for it. I can't wait to see when it comes out. And that's it for today's episode of Technoid. Now guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit the like button. If you disliked the video, you can hit the dislike button. That helps circulate my videos as well. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all on the next episode. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care, stay safe, and remember, hugs, not drugs. Peace!